Hello divas, dudes, and dolls, I'm Kira Couture and welcome back to my comfy, cozy, and very cushy little review show, Very Slay, where we go over each and every main stage runway look on Drag Race Philippines Season 3. Sorry that I'm not in like a face. I've been doing a lot of makeup this week. My skin needs a day to recover because tomorrow, as I'm recording this, I have a dance class with my boyfriend, so I guess the day this episode will be out for a lot of folks. And then Friday, I've got a show, so I need to keep my skin nice and ready and prepped for another day of drag. Because the theme was Kumat Couture blanket fashion, essentially, I felt it was only appropriate to throw on something very comfortable and blanket adjacent. Also, if I had a Filipino drag kid and they didn't want to be named Kumat Couture, anyways, I did not realize that this particular blanket print design, whatever you want to call it, which is actually Malaysian in origin, but it's widely recognized as a household staple through the Philippines. I did not realize how prevalent it was. This print is like the go-to standard for kumats. So I think it's kind of a fun idea to make them all make an outfit out of something that's like an ordinary household object, and something that it's the same fabric for everybody and it's just a matter of what you do with it. I enjoyed this runway a lot. I think there was some really cool stuff going on. As always, for anybody who is new here, doesn't know how this show works, when we discuss the looks, if I think that a look met the brief, got the job done, but didn't blow me away or anything, we give it an okay. If I absolutely adore it and it just looks oh so snugly, we give it a slay. And if I think it would not get me through a cold winter's night, I give it an A. And that's all in efforts to find my weekly slay of the day, my favorite look of the episode, which will go head to head against our current reigning slay of the season, which is Kiana's Perya look from episode 3. Whichever look holds that top spot by the end of the season, we've crowned a winner, will be illustrated eventually at some point. Bear with me. I'm very busy and I'm about to be doing like 6 seasons of coverage at the same time, while taking on more drag, while trying to do commissions, and coming back into streaming, and prepping for a move. So if you want to help lighten the load a little bit, you can always join the Patreon for free and join an episode discussion every single week for all these new episodes as they come out. But even more beneficial to me in the meantime, you can join at a $1, $3, or $5 monthly subscription to help me out with making this content creation thing like an actual viable career. And we are getting so close, y'all, to hitting the watch hour numbers we need to hit YouTube partner. We are down to double digits, y'all. I think we could get it in the next couple of weeks between everything coming out, but I know y'all over in the Philippines have been the reason we've gotten here and gotten this close. So thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for the continued support, and I can't wait to see what comes next down the road. That being said, let's get into the looks. Before we even dive into these looks, we have to talk about how incredible both Mama Pao and Precious Paula Nicole look. I think both of these looks are so stellar. For Pao, this is my favorite look we've gotten on the runway from her the entire season. I think it's the first thing where everything works, like the hair in tandem with the hat and the traditional shoulder silhouette that we've seen a couple times already on the runway, and the gown in general. I think it's the first time that all three of those things all work together in just the right way. Again, best thing she's done so far. And Precious looks great. I love the silhouette on her. I don't really care for the hair a ton, but it works on her facial structure really well. And I think it's embellished in all the right places. Both of these looks are slays. This week we are starting off with the queen who I am so sad to see sashay away, John Fidelyaga. It specifically mentioned that it's a reference to the Mugler dress that Cardi B wore to the Met Gala, I think. The Met Gala or the Grammys, one of the two. The big shell one that's like a really iconic Mugler look. But anyways, I think the silhouette of this is so good. I love the pattern mixing. I love the use of different colors. So it's not just the blue stripe. There's a little bit of the pink in there too, just to break it up. Mixed in with the print being placed in the right spots. I do sort of agree with the judges' critiques that this would have been more flattering on her had it not been such a wide pant. I think had it been a full gown closer to the original silhouette that the reference is, that would have been really cute. Now, at the same time, I also don't mind how big of a pant it is because I love a big palazzo pant. I think they're very fun. However, John is very petite. Doing a look that has so much volume on the top with a pant that's also very voluminous really swallows her up, and it's not incredibly flattering. Had the pants been cinched with like a flared lay, like a bell bottom or something, that would have been a bit sleeker, and I think it would have done her more favors. Or like the judges said, had it been like a full like mermaid gown situation, that would have been really stunning. However, I'm not mad at it, and I think it's still a really solid look from her. I'm really sad that it's the last one we're gonna see. I'm gonna give it a slay. Next up, we have our challenge winner, Zimba Ding. I really like this hair color on her. I think it's not an easy color to pull off, but it's cute. And I love the style of it. It's really well done. The most impressive thing of all of this look, though, is, to me, the level of detail in it. Now, the silhouette of the gown itself is a pretty standard silhouette. The coat silhouette, again, is also not anything like revolutionary. Both of them look great on her, the coat and the gown separate. My favorite thing about this, though, is that she cut the print out, or the designer at least for this. My favorite thing about this dress, though, is that like the print has been cut out of Kumat's and then sewn either on top of the base fabric or on top of the print again to really like exaggerate the shape and create a different silhouette and take some flowers off of the base garment. I love that the headpiece is also the print applique like cut out and just attached in the hair. It works really, really well. And I think of all the different colors for the Kumat she could have done, the orange works probably the best with her skin tone. I'm a big fan of this. This is my favorite thing she's worn all season. This is a slay. And then we have Maxi. And Maxi's look, I like that she went with the blue route. I think the texturing of this skirt is really, really cool. The headpiece I don't think she really needed, but it makes sense for the look. Like the train and skirt of her dress has probably just as much going on with it, if not more in terms of intricacies, as what Mix Chanel's does. But I think Maxi's is more successful because it's not so voluminous to the point where she can't manage it. So this is successful for me. Another great look from Maxi. I'm gonna give this a slay. Next up, we have Kiana. And I have to say, the silhouette of the coat is fine. The silhouette of the dress underneath it is also fine. What takes this look, though, to the next level for me is the amount of details and like specific details in this. She's got mosquito repellent coils as earrings. The fucking huge hair clip. It's so good. And then the fact that the dress has like mosquito netting built into it, and she's got like the thing that you use, I guess, to like go to the bathroom while staying under the mosquito netting at night, from what I have read quickly while prepping for this. I may have convinced myself of something that doesn't exist. I don't know. I'm very tired. I've been editing videos nonstop for like the last 3 days. I've done about 7 of them. I'm very tired and sleep deprived. And I have a gig to prep for in a couple days. Woohoo! But in general, though, I think this is really successful. I actually really like how the details come together. I think it's quite campy, but it's still really sleek and fashiony. It's a slay. It's Kiana. When is it not gonna be? Like, Kiana would have to walk out in a fucking shitty diaper for me to not give her a slay. And she would probably even still find a way to make a poopy diaper fashionable. Next up is Mix Chanel. And when this first rounded the corner, I was very impressed by it because I think the scale of it is incredible. However, the scale of it kind of does her in a little bit here because the back shoulder piece thing that like comes up around her left shoulder, I think that silhouette is really cool when it first comes out. And then she immediately like drops it. And there's so much weight to this that she can't really sell it in a way that makes her look comfortable and effortless. Like, you can tell she's kind of struggling with the weight as she walks around with it, and you can see it really in her face. So that's not great. The color's great on her though. I love the pink with this hair color combo, this like auburny red moment. It's gorgeous. It's very, very well done. But I think this is a piece that would really look better in photos than in motion on the runway. I will say though, aside from her fractal look a couple weeks ago, this is my favorite thing we've seen from her so far. This is definitely a slay. Next up, we have Angel. And after last week being my favorite thing we've seen from her so far, I was hoping we'd get something really impressive again. And I'm very disappointed. Like, I do not like this at all. I appreciate that she tried something and like that all the different colors are in there. She's got the blue, she's got the orange, she's got the pink. But the back piece thing just feels tacked on. I think had she gotten rid of that altogether, the look would have been better. But I also do not disagree with the judges that this is a very similar silhouette that we have seen her do time and time and time again. And I want to see something different. I like that she has some stuff stoned, but the stoning detailing is not that impressive. And when she turns around from behind, this look, it's giving napkins. It's giving like wadded up napkins at the family picnic. I don't like it. It's an A. And then it's followed up by a look that is actually embellished well in Tita Babies. Now, I loved that she went with the orange base fabric for this and did the orange hair, has her little clutch. I went for this like 80s businesswoman. I think this is very on brand for her drag style and her aesthetic. And I love a pant moment on the runway. I think this cut of the pant is more flattering than John's cut of the pant was. And on top of that, I love the shoulder ruffle. I love the scale of it. Like, that's really what the drag element is for me. But this is so good. Like, it's a really simple silhouette, but it's executed in a way that's really sleek, really fashion forward, I think. And it's just tasteful. It's just really tasteful, and you can't go wrong with it. And this is also probably my favorite makeup we've seen from her on the runway. She looks so much younger than she is here. I know she's in her like mid 40s, but I would dare say she doesn't even look 30 with this makeup. So I don't know what she did that was slightly different, but whatever it was, it's working for me. This is a slay. And next up we have Popstar Bench. God help her. I feel so bad for her. I talked about it last week, but whoever was her designer for these looks, jail or worse for them, because my God, they really did her in the worst way. Like, they were just nasty and rude. I don't know whose wig she pissed in to make them this upset with her to fuck up her runways like that. The fact she had 4 reveals was cool, but especially having her be the last look on the runway, my God, did it become incredibly stark how severely outclassed in the fashion department she is. And it's really unfortunate to see because she's such a great performer. And I don't know if I agree with her being in the bottom for the challenge, because she got nothing but praise for the actual performance challenge for the Rusical. And she's basically just in the bottom because her runways are shit. That's it. And I get the runways are important. Angel, you could have swapped in for either of them, because realistically, it would have made more sense to have Angel and John in the bottom because they had problems with both of their runways and both of their performances. However, they had no problems with Popstar Bench's performance. It was all problems with Runway, but yet they saved Angel. I love her, but like, Angel was just as much of a background role in my opinion. Like, she didn't really shine, but they said that she's got the charisma and she's got the personality that even though she didn't do as well as some of the others, you still really want to root for her and like her, which, like, great, I get that. But at that point, you're just saving her off of personality. And for me, I wouldn't want to be like a personality hire or a personality save. And that kind of feels like what they did with her. I don't know. I'm probably in some degree of a minority for that opinion, but oh well. And with that said, it's time to now pick our slate of the day, my favorite look of the episode. And it's tough. It's a toughie for me. I think when it comes down to like the detailing choices, Kiana's whole concept is really, really strong for me. I think I have to give my slay of the day to Zimba because I adore the cutout placements and the extra flowers that kind of were added to the dress to come up off of it and just take it to that next level. I thought it was a really smart detail choice, and this is a good week for her. Definitely a good week for her. So she takes the cake from me this week. But then it's time to put that look up against Kiana's episode 3 Puria look to determine which will hold that top spot going into the next episode. And unfortunately for Zimba, as good as this look is, it's not being Kiana. So Kiana's look stays on top for yet another week. Surprise, surprise. Get a new storyline, Kara. Pick a new favorite. But that's going to be a wrap for this week's episode of Drag Race Philippines. We will see you in the next one. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all those lovely little things because we've got UK 6, España 4, the rest of Philippines, the rest of Global All-Stars, Dragula Season 6, Thailand Season 3, the rest of the playthrough for Persona 3 Reload episode, I guess. And I've got like 4 or 5 other things I'm working on right now in the background that will be coming hopefully within the next few months by the end of the year-ish. So there's so much coming, y'all. There's so much coming. And if we can hit another 1,000 watch hours and get about 300 more subscribers on the channel, not to sound like I'm money obsessed or anything, but like I treat this like a job and it's very difficult to do it on the capacity of a job to make it consistent when there's no income coming in for all of the work that I'm putting out. Hopefully we get there. I'm crossing my fingies, y'all. Anyways, we will see you next time. Be sure to go out there, stay kind, stay queer, and make sure that your day is very slay.